this tutorial will cover adding data to Data Sentinel's project database and then checking files in and out of the database. So the first thing we're going to cover is adding data to the database. In order to add data to the database or files to the database project, you need to first make sure that those files exist in your working folder. Data Sentinel uses your working folder as a starting point for checking files in and adding data. So here's a list of all the files that are currently in my working folder. And the working folder also resides in Windows Explorer as well. So if you click on the little Windows Explorer icon up here, you'll see that it opens up a Windows Explorer that shows the same set of files in your working directory. So some users prefer to work from Windows Explorer when they're in their working directory. Other users can work to some degree within their working directory within Data Sentinel, but both are identical. We'll go ahead and close that. So anyway, we have a set of files here that are in my working folder. I'll pick one and we'll go up to the Add button. The Add button has two options. It has an Add for adding single files one at a time, and it has a Mass Add button for adding groups of files. And especially when you have large numbers of files, the Mass Add is very convenient. But in this case, we just have one file selected, so we'll go ahead and select just Add. You'll notice that a File Properties box will appear, and it'll allow you to put in information, some basic information that all files have. You can have a package ID at this point. The package ID could be an engineering change number. It could be any kind of identification that helps you locate the data or group data together within the project. It also has a description field. You can put anything in here you want that helps you identify the file and maybe what's in the file. So you can put anything in there. I think it has up to 50 characters you can put in there. There's a few other things down here, but we can cover those in future tutorials. We'll go ahead and push select OK. Data Sentinel moves that file, that PDF, over to the project database window and keeps a copy of it in my working directory. If you scroll over, you'll notice that Data Sentinel has assigned me as the person who has it currently checked out. And I don't know if I've covered this in previous tutorials, but I'll do it again just for information purposes. The color of these icons are all significant. The green ones mean that the document is unlocked and available for checking out and modifying. The gray icon that you see here means that the particular file is locked and released and cannot be modified any further. The blue icon just simply means that's a file that I have checked out. The red icon up here shows that the file has been locked and is not available for checking out. It's not released, but it has been locked. And I think there's also a yellow icon right here which tells you that it is checked out by another user. And if you go over to the user column, you'll see that John is the one who has his particular file checked out and he's working on it. So that's how you add files to the database. Now let's say I wanted to add this group of files. First of all, you'll see these green icons. It says that these files already exist in the database and so they can't be added. I'm going to go ahead and rename these files using the rename function within my working directory. I'll just call it some number there. I'll rename this one. And give it number. Now I'll select on all of these files. I'll go up to Add. I'll do a Mass Add. Mass Add has the same set of properties. You can put one description, but if you put whatever you put in here, all the files will have those particular descriptions. In this case, I'm going to leave it blank. I want to go ahead and add, and Data Sentinel adds all those files to the project database. You'll notice that I left all the descriptions out, but don't worry, because later on, up here on the top toolbar, there's a Revise button. If you hit the Revise button, you can go back in and add descriptions, or revise descriptions, or change descriptions after the fact. So don't worry if you forget to do it during the add process. Now checking in a file is pretty easy. In this case, I'm going to check in all these files that I just added. So you hit the check in button up here. It moves all the files out of my working directory and takes my username off of the list of those, showing that I no longer have it checked out. And vice versa, if I wanted to check out all those files, you select the files you want to check out, you hit the checkout button, and it moves them all to your working directory just like that. And again, if you scroll over to the user column, it shows me as a person who has them checked out and currently working on. So that's basically how you add files and check files in and out in Data Sentinel. In future tutorials, we'll go over some of the other features as well.